if you put in a job application, what are the chances you're going to get that job? Okay, well, let's look at the data. What the data says is that on average, each corporate job posting attracts about 250 resumes or applications. And of that, if we assume that about 5 people on average will get an interview, but only one gets the job. So even just to get an interview, on average, it's about a 2% chance of getting an interview and a less than 0.5% chance of getting a job. So if you're just to play the averages, it would take you needing to put in at least 250 job applications in order to get the job. Do you want to do that? I wouldn't if I was on the job search. And so in order to get different results than what everyone else is doing, you need to do different things. I call this kind of the spray and pray approach, where people are just trying to use the easy apply button, try and apply to as many jobs as possible. And I hear people who've applied to hundreds and hundreds, sometimes over 1,000 different jobs, and are still having a hard time. Now, is that an absolutely terrible thing? Absolutely. You need to be applying to jobs. There's no doubt about that. But maybe there's ways that you can shift the approach. Instead of just applying and hoping you're hearing back, how can you shift things a little bit differently? Because if this is all you're doing and you're doing the same thing over and over again, but you're not getting the results you wanted, perhaps this is an example of that definition of insanity that is attributed to Einstein, who says to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. I don't think you're insane, though. So I think you want to do things differently so you can get different results. And so one example is just to think about, how can I shift from applying to jobs and hoping that I get a call back to try and connect to people that I can have conversations with, right? How can you find people in companies that you're interested in who are doing cool things that you can build relationships with? Reach out to them on LinkedIn, through email. If you can go to the company, to some event, go to meetups, go to networking events. I don't care how you meet people. There's all sorts of different ways to do it, but how can you take a more personal approach to connect with people, develop relationships, and then perhaps they can be advocates for you to say, hey, you're a great person and the kind of person that we would want to have on our team. We've got this role open and I would love you to apply. Or you apply for this job, or if you apply for a job, I'd love to be a reference to help make sure that you get looked at by HR. All sorts of different things you can do to be different because you've created relationships. By the way, what's even easier, perhaps, is to leverage and connect with the relationships you already have. You've met dozens and hundreds and thousands of people over the course of your life thus far. How can you reconnect with them? Because they're all over the country, the world, and industry doing different things. How can you reach out and connect with them again, rekindle some of those relationships, and maybe find some new opportunities? So I want you to think about, how can I do things differently so I'm not playing the law of averages, but I'm playing a different game so I can get different results. My name is Jeff Perry. I'm a leadership and career development expert, and I want to help you accelerate your career development journey. If I can help in any way, please reach out and let's connect. Thanks so much for watching.